We're talking about retirement in America. When many people look at their bank accounts, the idea of someday retiring seems like an impossibility. An economist and author, Teresa Ghilarducci, doesn't really disagree. She says that work longer is not a good solution.
In her new book, she says a few low-cost systematic changes could make a huge difference in how we spend our golden years. It's called Work, Retire, Repeat, the Uncertainty of Retirement in the New Economy. And Teresa joins us this morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
So here's a frightening number. 50% of people between 55 and 66 have no retirement savings. Does that mean a lot of people are living beyond their means, even if it's a little bit?
No, it's actually because they weren't able to save enough and invest it well enough during their work life. I would pin the blame not on individual behavior, because we humans have kind of always wanted more than we have, but on the institutions that developed over the last 40 years that was supposed to help people save for retirement. It was those institutions that failed, not our workers.
And you say this idea of work harder, work longer, just work a few more years to save. That's not a solution?
No, it's not. It sounds nice, right? I mean, I really wanted to believe it. It works out on a spreadsheet, but it turns out that most people are pushed out of their jobs and out of the labor force before they really were planning to, because employers have a say in, whether or not you work longer. And a lot of jobs that people have, even in this modern era of computers, break down older bodies. Jobs in Amazon warehouses, stooping and bending, taking care of older people, which older people are in the personal and home health care. Janitorial services, another place where you'll see a lot of older workers. Those jobs actually accelerate morbidity. And it turns out that most people, when they retire, are actually happier. They have more time to produce the personal narratives of their life, whether that's like spending more time with family and with friends. You see people who are retired, they sleep a little bit more, and they actually are able to quit smoking or, start that new habit they always wanted to start. Work takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think everybody needs to retire.
All this while Social Security fund, may be running out. People are living longer than they ever have. And back to my original question, I just wonder, I know we've gotten used to the standard of living, but in other countries, they don't have these gigantic houses with 2 and 3 cars and these. So do we just need to change the way we're living?
No, I get that. The people with those big houses and cars and who live longer, they get to retire. What's happened, and that's part of the book too, is this big inequality between people. Most workers in this country for the past 40 years did not have wages that kept up with their productivity. And for the bottom half, it didn't even keep up with inflation. So what's happened the last 40 years isn't kind of all of a sudden we want more than we have. We lost pensions, Social Security got cut back, and if you were able to have a 401k and keep your job the whole life, the tax breaks and the stock market just gave you all the benefits. And along the way is that not everybody is living longer. We had an inequality of lifespan. And so for a good chunk of society, like the bottom half of the income distribution, we're not living as long as people in the top. So we've had inequality with wealth and health.
So what do you do in the short term if you know you're inching toward retirement, you don't have savings? What's something someone can do right now?
Well, I'm with you. People need to save for retirement, and we need to have the institutions to do it. When I was 30, I was at the University of Notre Dame where I was teaching, and they put like 10% of my pay into my checkbook. I had just graduated from graduate school, and I wanted my money, but they made me put that in. And by the time I was 40, and I was studying this even more in depth, I was so happy they made me save, and they didn't let me take it out for that car I wanted. So we need to have institutions like I had, where I was forced to put money in, and by the time I'm 40, I didn't have a regret. So I have proposed the last part of the book, a universal pension system, so that everybody who works, whether it's for Grubhub, or for a law firm, that they can actually put money into an account that follows them from job to job, just like the Social Security fund follows you from job to job.
Got it.
But workers want to put their own money in that for their future selves.
Yeah. Well, the book is Work, Retire, Repeat. For more, you can follow Teresa on social media. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.